The next thing that we will have a look at is the Golang's select statement. So the select statement is just like the switch statement in Go, where you have the switch statement and it encloses multiple case statements. But when we talk about the select statement, it also has these case statements, but instead of having an expression where you compare the switch variable against a value, the case statements inside a select are refers to communication, and that can be either send or receive operation on a channel. So the syntax for the select is shown on the screen, and if you see it is similar in structure to a switch statement. The only difference being that the case statements, instead of having an expression which evaluates to a primitive value, it has communication statements, and these can be send or receive on channels. So select statement would wait until the communication, which may be a send or a receive, is ready for some select case to begin. So let's have a look at a code to understand this better. So at line number 30 and 35, we have two functions which sleep for 5 and 9 seconds respectively, and then write some output to the channel which is passed to these functions as an input argument. Next, if we go back to our main function at line number 11 and 12, we create two channels which we will be using to pass to our functions as input. And at line number 14 and 15, we invoke our previously declared functions that we just had a look at as coroutines. So next, on line number 17, we have our select statement. So since our select statement is, as I said, it is similar to a switch statement and it executes one of the matching cases. So it waits for one of the cases to be ready. In our program, work one routine, or rather work one function, sleeps, or as I mentioned, it sleeps for 5 seconds, and the work two function, which executed as a go routine, sleeps for 9 seconds. So after the sleep time is over, they will be ready to proceed. So now select statement, since it waits for the data, or waits for the cases to be ready, so it gets blocked, because data will be available only when one of the, or rather it will get unblocked only when one of the cases can execute. So which happens, of course, after 5 seconds, when one of our go routine wakes up. So the select statement, it gets blocked and gets unblocked only after one of the cases can execute, which in our case happens only after 5 seconds, when one of the go routine wakes up and writes data to a channel, unblocking the select statement. So if you see, work one sleeps for 5 seconds and then writes a message to the channel. So our select statement will get blocked until 5 seconds, and once data is, or once one of the data is, once data is available and the case gets unblocked, the control will move forward. Yeah, so if you see the output, it matches to what we discussed. Since one of the cases was ready at 5 seconds, so select executed that, and the control went ahead. An important thing to note here is that if a select statement does not let me switch over to the other example. So an important thing to note here is that if a select statement does not have any case statements, then the select statement would wait for forever. So let me execute this. Yeah, so since there is no case statement inside this select would wait forever, and hence the output that you see corresponds to basically a deadlock. So to overcome this, we add a default case to our select. So the default statement in the select statement is used to protect the select statement from blocking. So this program executes when so this default block executes when there is no case, which is ready and can be executed. So in our code, we create a channel which never gets data, or which never receives data. So the select statement that we have here at line number 10, it has two cases, one which waits for data to be available on channel 1, and the other one as default. So since data never arrives on this, so this case would never be ready, and when we execute this program, our default case will be executed. So if you see the output, it says no case is ready, and this would be the case no matter how many times we execute this code, because channel 1 would never receive data, and hence this case would never be ready. So one important thing, one question from this, what would happen if multiple cases are ready? So to answer this, if multiple cases are ready inside a select to execute, the select would choose one of the cases and random, and the case would be if two cases are ready, one of them would be chosen at random and then executed.